Spring is almost here, and many families will be looking forward to a well-deserved break. Although more than half of the UK population has been vaccinated, there are still those who do not have the full doses. But not to worry, there are still destinations that are allowing unvaccinated travelers. In this video, we talk about destinations that do not mandate that only fully vaccinated can visit. Find out where unvaccinated travelers can visit in the EU. But first, we want to thank you for joining us. Find us on all the other social media channels. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and click that bell, to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel. Oh, and don't forget to check out our website at immigrationandmigration.com. This video is brought to you by IAM. We believe that travel improves and inspires you, and the people around you. We help you travel by providing services which overcome barriers and frameworks that simplify and enrich your experience. We just happen to be immigration lawyers. So reach out to your IAM visa coordinator when you're ready for your adventure, or already on one, and would like some assistance. Proof of vaccination status against COVID-19 has become a standard entry requirement for most countries across the world as part of ongoing restrictions. Many destinations are only allowing travelers who are double jabbed against coronavirus to enter, and it is expected that a booster dose could become a requirement in the future. More than 84% of people over the age of 12 in the UK have now had 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine, but there are still many who have not yet taken up the offer of a vaccine at all. Despite COVID travel rules still being in force in most countries across the world, such as Spain or France, requiring British holidaymakers to be fully vaccinated, some destinations have not yet made it mandatory for visitors to show proof of vaccination to enter. Here are 7 places you can travel to in the EU if you or one of your party hasn't had the jab or isn't fully vaccinated. Croatia. Croatia offers a number of options. To enter Croatia, unvaccinated UK visitors can present any of the following: negative PCR test 72 hours prior to departure, negative antigen test 24 hours before arrival, a certificate showing that they have recovered from COVID-19 and have received 1 dose of an approved EU vaccine, a positive PCR or antigen test taken in the previous 180 days and is older than 11 days, or take a PCR or antigen test immediately upon arrival and self-isolate until they receive the results, with 7-day confinement if it's positive. Cyprus. The UK is currently in the Cyprus Red category, meaning restrictions are a bit heavier than in other countries. However, people who are unvaccinated can still visit. Unvaccinated British travellers to Cyprus must present a negative PCR test taken 72 hours before departure, or an antigen taken 24 hours before departure. All travellers must complete a Cyprus flight pass before arrival. Upon arrival, all passengers above the age of 12 must take a PCR test at the airport and self-isolate in their accommodation until the results are available. If travellers produce a positive test result, a follow-up PCR is required, and authorities should be notified. The self-isolation period is 14 days for those who tested positive. Greece. Unvaccinated travellers can enter Greece providing they can show proof of a negative PCR test taken within 72 hours before arrival, or show proof of a negative rapid antigen test from an authorized laboratory taken within 24 hours before arrival. Authorities will randomly select travelers and will be subject to mandatory rapid testing upon arrival. Ireland. To enter Ireland, unvaccinated visitors will need to present any of the following: Proof of a negative PCR test, taken no more than 72 hours before entry. Proof of recovery from COVID-19, in the past 6 months. A positive PCR test result, from a test taken no less than 11 days, and no more than 180 days, prior to the date of arrival in Ireland. Italy. The UK is on Italy's D list, which means that passengers aged 6 years and older have to show a negative PCR test taken 48 hours prior to entry, or a negative antigen test 24 hours prior to entry. They must then inform the local health authority of their entry to Italy, travel to their final destination by private transport, self-isolate for 5 days, and take a PCR, or antigen test, at the end of the isolation period. Portugal. Unvaccinated visitors must provide a negative PCR test, taken 72 hours before landing, or a negative antigen test, taken 24 hours before landing. Slovenia. Visitors to Slovenia must provide either a PCR test no older than 48 hours, an antigen test no older than 24 hours, or a positive PCR test that is older than 10 days, but not older than 6 months. Failing that, visitors can choose to quarantine for 7 days, if they have proof that they have accommodation. Quarantine ends when they can provide a negative PCR test, from the 5th day of home quarantine. From the 11th of February, there's one fewer test for unvaccinated, or partly vaccinated travellers entering the UK. Unvaccinated people have to take a lateral flow, or PCR test within the 2 days prior to travel to the UK, and take a PCR test upon arrival to the UK, within the first 2 days upon arrival. Travel rules in the UK can change at short notice. However, ministers have mentioned learning to live with COVID-19 amid the current relaxation of rules, including the end of the Plan B guidance, given during winter. It is therefore recommended to keep up with the UK's travel rules. Where do you plan to travel? Talk to us in the comments section below. If you have plans to travel, check out the deals we have found in the description box below. If you need assistance with a visa to Europe, the UK, or the US, including help with securing your travel arrangements, IAM can help. For visa advice, contact your IAM visa coordinator. If you'd like to get more info on travel, visas, immigration, and citizenship, head over to immigrationandmigration.com for more free content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more travel and visa updates.